Yeah, rate is good. Wait, but where's gonna be the light? Is there another one I can look at? Marcelo, was this release better in terms of aggressiveness? What about this one? Say strap 14, just to confirm.
In clutch was shallow, 2%, profile good. Okay, Kimi, so we'll have 3 short burnouts. 3 short burnouts.
Are you happy with temperature?
Yep, happy with temps. And then it will be HPP 12, position 1. HPP 12, position 1, then bite point find. I'll recommend BBAL 55, BMIG 3. BBAL 55, BMIG 3. So I will call blue lights once I see them. The pack is still forming. Last car approaching the grid. Blue lights. So Norris car behind at 0.6, Leclerc 1.8 ahead.
Vibration is fine.
Copy. Pick up 1.5 ahead, 0.9 behind. Gap 1.2 ahead, 0.9 behind, overtake enabled. 1.4 ahead and 0.9 behind. I'll recommend diff entry 8, not reduce understeer. So gap 1 ahead, you have overtake, Norris 0.8 behind. I recommend play 1, play 1. Gap 1.2 ahead, 0.8 behind. And 0.8 ahead, 0.9 behind. And diff mid 3 available if you need it. Gap 0.6 ahead, 0.9 behind. And gap 0.5, strap mode 6 recommended for defending. Gap 0.8 ahead, 0.6 behind.
Hey, oh my.
I've got Hajar in the wall at turn 15. I also got a yellow down at turn 17. So Kimi, wasn't so much the strap mode, it was the boost press that had us there, dropped us down on energy. Passing the instant now. So it's Gasly parked down at turn 17. So staying out. And you keep tyres where they are. If entry 7 is available if you need it. So it's Norris ahead, George behind, Piastri behind George. Marshall's on track, turn 14. Marshall's on track, last corner. And just stay on the high speed weaving. It'll be double yellow. Just stay on the weaving. So just clearing that car off track. George, a couple of degrees hotter on tyre temp. So both cars have been moved, so it should go next time by, just wait for the message. And you can do some earlier weaving, exit turn 8. So this is going to go around once more at least. Just to stay on top of the weaving. Similar tyre temps to George. So safety car's going to be in this lap. So we recommend the strap mode 5 for the restart. So the leader has control. Strap 5. So Piastri now car behind, 1.2, Norris 0.7 ahead. Gap at 0.7. Overtake is enabled. So gap 1.0 ahead, 1.5 behind, and recommend we stay in this strap mode.
Wait, I don't like this strap.
Yeah, copy Kimi, we'll look at options. Gap at 0.5 behind to Leclerc. Gap 0.6 behind. So 1.7 ahead, 0.9 behind Leclerc. Gap 1.1 behind, 1.5 ahead. Leclerc 0.8. Kimi recommends strap mode 6, that'll be a little bit more balanced around the lap. Gap 2.1 ahead, 1.1 behind.
So I go with it in turn now?
You can do it whenever. Gap 2.3 ahead, 1.1 behind. And gap 0.9 behind. And Piastri was at 32.9. Biggest loss to Norris is 11 to 16, about 4 tenths. Gap 2.5 ahead, 3.3 behind.
Traction is bad.
Copy Kimi. Surface temps are climbing, so if you just stay on top of those, that'll buy you some grip. And you think about diff magic turn 12. And gap 2.4 ahead, 3.6 behind. Recommend diff entry 9. Norris 33.0. Gap 2.9 ahead, 3.9 behind. And Norris 33.0. Now think about reducing diff entry for the final corner. Final corner, diff entry. Gap at 2.7. And Norris 33.2. Stops starting to happen, so it won't be long. So George has pitted. Gap ahead at 3 seconds, 4.8 behind. Okay, Kimi, so track limits turn 5, track limits turn 5. Norris 32.8. And maybe very light rain turns 7.8. Maybe very light.
Negative.
Okay, copy. Gap at 2.9. Norris 33.0. Gap at 2.6. Red Magic available last corner. And Norris 33.1. Gap now at 2.3. And Norris 33.1. And main loss to Norris is at turn 1. So just prepare the exit better.
Raining. It's raining. Sector 2.
Copy. Tyre temps are still good. Looks like this tyre is...
Yeah, grip is good.
Okay, copy. Yeah, I don't think this rain's going to amount to much. Gap at 2.1. Norris at 33.4. Box opposite Norris. Box opposite Norris. Control pit lane. Split out lap critical. Reset B-bell. Watch the white line on exit. Cancel Red Magic. So Colapinto 2 behind, you've got 2 ahead to Lewis, yet to stop. And reminder, out lap critical. Close with Norris. Norris pit lane now. And you still have overtake mode, Norris doesn't. Gap 0.6 ahead and 0.4 behind. Gap 0.4 ahead and behind. So Stafford at 1.0 behind. And just to remind you about track limits, doing well, Kimi. Norris at 1.3 behind. And Kimi for free air, recommend strap mode 7. Also recommend entry 8, diff entry 8. Gap 1.7 behind. Gap at 1.4. Norris 32.2. Gap at 1.5 behind. Again, gap at 1.5. Gap at 1.3. Norris 32.0. 32.0. And gap at 1.3. Strat 6 is available for defend if you need it. Gap at 1.6. And gap at 1.3. Norris 32.1.
It runs gearbox. I have problem with the paddle.
Copy, Kimi, we're looking. Gap at 1.2. Norris at 1.2. And Norris 32.1. Gap at 1.4. Recommend diff mid 3 for the lap. Diff mid 3 for the entire lap.
No, it's much protector, man.
Okay, copy. Gap at 1.6. Gap at 1.4. And Norris is biasing his deployment into turn 17 just to catch the overtake. And gap at 1.1. And can we prepare the exit better turn 1? So pull back entry, focus on exit. Norris 31.8 last lap, 31.8. You've got Stroll ahead, 1.7 traffic. We have HPP 8, position 6. 8, position 6 is to help at the deployment. So gap at 0.8. And Norris, same lap time, he has overtake mode.
My rears are gone, man. Like they're dropping quite a bit.
Again, it's just temp, Kimi, just temp. Gap at 0.8. Got Perez ahead traffic. Gap at 0.8. Gap at 0.7. And recommend diff entry 8, B-Mix 3. Gap at 1.1. And Norris 32.4. Gap at 1.2. Gap at 1.1. Norris 32.6.
Talk before the corner.
Gap 1.1 behind. Alonso 1.3 ahead traffic. Gap at 1.0. Norris at 32.6. Both have overtake at the moment. Gap at 1.3. And gap at 1.1. No overtake for Norris. Gap at 1.2. Norris at 32.6. Gap up to 1.4. Gap at 1.3.
Racing are going down.
Copy. So Kimi main loss to Norris. Turn 1, we're pushing the entry too much, losing on exit. Gap 1.7 behind. Gap at 1.8. Norris 32.5. Gap at 2.0 now. You've got Limblad 1.5 ahead of traffic. Gap still 2.0. Gap at 1.9. Turn 1 better this lap. And Norris at 32.6. Gap at 2.1. Gap 2.1. Norris at 32.5. And we have a second strike for track limits, so no more Kimi, no more. So that's a track limits at turn 5 and 1 at turn 11. So let's not get caught again.
How many do I have?
2. So I'm not looking for a third, we'll keep it at 2.
Mate, this downshift, they don't work.
But yeah, we're just keeping an eye on this downshift problem, but if you just pull back the entry of turn 1, you're attacking too much, it's causing us a lot of locking problems. So gap at 1.7, 10 laps remaining.
Is there something going on with the stuff?
Gap at 1.7. Gap at 1.8. Gap at 1.7. Gap at 1.8. Norris at 32.4. Gap 1.8. Gap at 1.8. Norris same lap time. Norris 2.0. Last lap 32.4.
The thread is changing on the dash. It's really weird.
Copy, we see it, no effect. Gap to Norris at 1.9, same lap time. And 5 laps remaining. Gap to Norris at 2.5. And give me just a reminder for track limits, just keep it clean. Gap at 2.4, last lap 32.7 Norris. Give me recommend entry 9, turn 1 and 11. 9 for turn 1 and 11. Gap at 2.4, Norris same lap time. 2 laps remaining, gap to Norris 2.7. Norris 32.5, gap 2.9. 1 more lap, gap 3.0. Give me, we can have boost presses, exit 16 and 17. So a short press. Get another boost press. Get in there, Kimi. Had to work for that one today, mate. But what a great drive.
Yes! Woo! Man, what a race! What a race, man! Woo! Oh my god!
Very exciting.
Oh! Is that 14? No, I don't remember.
13, please, mate. 13. And then HPP1 position 14. Good effort, mate. I think we had a bit of everything in that race. But yeah, great job. Okay, Kimi, so final order. We got Kimi P1, Lando P2, Oscar P3, George managed to get P4 at the end there. We got to Verstappen 5, Leclerc 6, Lewis P7.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's good to be back like this. Let's keep pushing.
Yes, mate. We're going to do that all the way. But yeah, great job.
Kimi, that was really impressive. Very impressive, dominant from the beginning to the end. not to get them to control the starts, but your driving, that was really, really good. And I like to complain, but there's nothing to complain today.
Yeah, I know. I was a bit stressed.
Very, very good.
Alright, mate, when you come to halt, just switch it to P0 and we'll see you up there.